Strategic Intelligence Director Cal Ricks of the Orion Collective believed he understood warfare during his 32 standard cycles analyzing galactic conflicts. He had documented weapons that shattered moons, fleets that folded space into weapons, and gravitational cannons capable of collapsing entire star systems. He had studied weapons so advanced they rewrote the laws of physics during battle. But the weapon humanity had deployed against the Valkyrie Dominion was something else. Entirely, it wasn't advanced. It wasn't elegant. It wasn't even logical. Run the scan again. Calric said quietly, his assistant. A four-armed technician named Rethus hesitated. Director, this is the 19th scan. The results will not change. Run it anyway. Moments. Later, the tactical display flickered again. Enemy. Fleet.humanfleet.combat telemetry. Weapon signatures. The same absurd conclusion appeared once more. Rethus spoke. Carefully, the human weapon appears to be a rock. Calric slowly turned. A what? A rock, Director. Walked closer to the projection. The Valkyrie. Dominion possessed one of the most advanced defensive technologies in the galaxy. Their ships were protected by intelligent energy shields that could instantly adapt to any incoming threat. Plasma weapons. Laser. Lance's graviton torpedoes, the Valkyrie shields analyzed every attack and evolved in milliseconds to neutralize it. Entire civilizations had failed to breach those defenses. Yet the combat footage showed Valkyrie cruisers exploding one after another. Cause of destruction was clearly labeled. Kinetic. Debris. Calric stared. Explain. Rethus enlarged the battlefield footage. Human ships were launching small objects using primitive magnetic accelerators. The objects were irregular, unshaped. Some appeared to be chunks of asteroid. Others were fragments of destroyed ships. One object appeared to be a kitchen appliance. Is that a microwave? Calric asked. Yes, Director, and they fired it at a warship. Yes, Director. Calric pressed both hands against the table. Why is it working? Rethus opened another report. The Valkyrie adaptive shields are designed to counter organized threats. Energy signatures. Missile trajectories. Predictable attack patterns. The next clip played. Human cruiser launched hundreds of random objects. Simultaneously, bolts, scrap metal, cargo containers, a rubber tire. The Valkyrie shields attempted to analyze the incoming objects. Then something strange happened. The shield began shifting, adapting, recalculating again, and again, until suddenly it failed. The ship exploded. Calric leaned forward. Why did the shield collapse? Rethus hesitated. Our analysts believe the shield's prediction algorithms became overwhelmed. With what? Chaos. More footage appeared. Human ships were not firing organized volleys. They were dumping entire cargo, bays of junk into space, and accelerating it toward the enemy. One clip showed a human engineer shouting, through a cum channel, throw literally anything at them. A shower of objects blasted toward a Valkyrie dreadnought. Metal panels, loose wiring, empty food containers, a chair. The dreadnought's shields flickered violently, attempting to identify threats, attempting to calculate trajectories, attempting to predict outcomes. Then, the system crashed. The ship detonated seconds later. Calric blinked slowly. They defeated the Dominion's greatest defense system with garbage? Director, another recording began. One came from Valkyrie survivors that translated. The statement appeared across the screen. The humans do not fight logically. Read silently. They attack with meaningless objects. Our shields cannot determine which items are weapons and which are debris. Another prisoner report followed. The humans fired an entire shipment of rubber spheres at our cruiser. Our shields classified them as harmless, until several contained explosives. The next clip showed human pilots laughing over open coms. "Okay, hear me out," one said. "What if we launch a piano at them?" Another voice replied instantly, "Do it." Moments later, a full-size piano slammed into a Valkyrie interceptor at hypersonic velocity. The interceptor vanished in a flash of plasma. Rethus cleared his throat. There are many such examples. Kelrix opened a new file. The list of human projectiles scrolled endlessly. Asteroids, scrap, hull plating, construction equipment, frozen food shipments. One entry made. Kelrix pause. Inflatable recreation device? Rethus nodded. It was filled with antimatter. Kelrix leaned back in his chair, so the humans realized the Valkyrie shields could counter advanced weapons, and decided to attack with things too stupid for the system to predict. Yes. Is there any pattern to what they fire? None. Any doctrine? None. Any consistency? Absolutely none. Kelrix watched another battle unfold. Valkyrie fleet attempted to adapt its shields to incoming projectiles. But the projectiles were wildly different. Dense metal, soft materials, liquids, explosives, objects that shattered into hundreds of pieces. Mid-dash flight, objects that bounced, objects that detonated, objects that simply existed. The shield tried to compensate, tried to classify, tried to analyze. Eventually, the system overloaded, one by one. Valkyrie ships were destroyed by what looked like orbital trash. Rethus spoke again. The Valkyrie military has issued a formal complaint. They claim the humans are violating the principles of warfare. Kelrix raised an eyebrow. What principles? The principle of sensible weapons. Kelrix watched another human broadcast. A soldier stood beside a cargo launcher. "Okay," the soldier said. "Next test." He held up a toaster. "Let's see if this works." Kelrix closed the file. 4. Several minutes the room remained silent. Finally he spoke. The Valkyrie spent centuries perfecting a shield that could defeat every weapon in the galaxy. Yes. And humans defeated it with unpredictability. Yes. Kelrix exhaled slowly. "Prepare a report for the Galactic Council. What should the conclusion say?" Kelrix looked back at the battlefield footage. Human ships were now launching entire cargo pods labeled miscellaneous junk. Valkyrie cruisers continued exploding in the distance. After a moment, he answered, "State that humanity has developed a new class of warfare." "What class?" Kelrix folded his arms. "Improvised absurdity." Rethus typed rapidly. "And our strategic recommendation?" Kelrix did not hesitate. "Do not fight humans." "Reason?" Kelrix pointed to the screen where a Valkyrie battleship had just been destroyed by what appeared to be a vending machine. "Because any species capable of weaponizing garbage cannot be predicted. And in galactic warfare, unpredictability was the most dangerous weapon of all."